MrBeast has been facing a lot of controversy recently regarding Beast Games, regarding people that he has allegedly hired in the past, and obviously Ava Chris Tyson, which of course was the person that completely snowballed all of this stuff to begin with. Now, we're going to go over what the kind of whole issue is regarding Beast Games to begin with. But then we're going to take a little look at MrBeast allegedly set to respond this week to the allegations that have been made against him and his brand, which of course is a very interesting tactic from MrBeast because nobody thought he was ever going to respond to the controversy, full stop. But NBC has basically made a video about it, going over the entire situation thus far, so let's take a look at it.
We're talking about Jimmy Donaldson, but you probably know him as MrBeast. You know, the guy with 312 million subscribers, super duper popular. He's 26, he's got all these videos. Some of them feature these stunts, these big giveaways, big money, right? 7 figures, millions of dollars.
Yes.
But there's some folks sounding the alarm after what they describe as a chaotic shoot. In a TV and streaming exclusive, our Chloe Malas speaks with another YouTube star who's looking to expose what's really behind the scenes of MrBeast's empire.
So this is your new studio?
Now, of course, this is Rosanna Pansino, who, of course, has been exposing Beast Games thus far and has had a lot of people reach out to her from Beast Games, contestants mostly, to talk about the conditions that they were put under whilst in production of Beast Games. Now, you might remember, Beast Games is in collaboration with Amazon Prime Video. Amazon Prime have offered MrBeast a lot of money to create this huge set, and the prize reward is $5 million, and the games show was meant to be between 1,000 contestants. It turned out to be 2,000, split over 2 parts. One part was going to go on MrBeast's YouTube channel. The second part was going to go over onto Amazon Prime. Let's see what she has to say.
Rosanna Pansino, one of YouTube's original and most influential content creators, the host of a popular baking show.
And now we're going to do this to the rest of our donuts.
Is now speaking out against the platform's biggest star.
Jimmy is not the same person that he is on camera as he is off camera.
Pansino met MrBeast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, about 5 years ago.
I have a heart for philanthropy and giving back, and that's how he presented himself, as a good guy who loves to do charity and likes to make big, fun, silly YouTube videos.
And whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
Pansino even went into business with Donaldson, though the ventures failed. But she says everything changed after she appeared on MrBeast's 2021 reality competition show, The Creator Games.
And perfect hiding place.
Now, this was obviously the heart of the controversy because a lot of people have said that Pansino has had an axe to grind for MrBeast since this show because she believed that she won the show, but it was manipulated by MrBeast to make it more entertaining, and she actually then ended up getting eliminated like earlier on or something. It was, you know, and then after that, she changed a hell of a lot, and her perspective on MrBeast hugely changed as well.
She was unfairly edited, she says, to make it seem like she performed worse than she had.
Yeah, you can be like cyberbullied if I say anything that's not positive about MrBeast.
And when Pansino made that accusation on the pop culture podcast Just Trish last October, she says the backlash from some of MrBeast's fans was frightening.
I received very serious, scary death threats.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I've been online for a long time, so a little cyberbullying, the negative comments, I'm used to handling that mentally, but not at this magnitude. I was so scared. I thought I was having a heart attack. The death threats were very specific. They were very targeted.
In spite of that, in July, Pansino went public again, this time on TikTok.
I wanted to keep you guys updated on what I've been hearing about MrBeast's Beast Games.
She says that she's created a safe space for contestants to share their experience on Donaldson's new reality competition series. When Amazon MGM announced that series, the Beast Games was billed as the biggest reality competition series ever. The cash prize, $5 million.
I feel like I've become an advocate. I can't in good conscience do nothing.
How many people have reached out to you so far, roughly?
Right now, it's a little over 200.
Could you tell me about some of the allegations?
They didn't have access to their medication. In a lot of these situations, it was life-saving medication.
William, who asked us to call him only by his first name because he fears online backlash, showed up to what he thought was the Beast Games. But it turned out to be a multi-day casting call for the show in Las Vegas.
One girl in our group, she did need her epilepsy medication, and she did not get it. She had a hard time fighting for it.
And that's not
So
all.
we had finally gotten access to food after about 10 hours, and I witnessed a male just collapse right in front of me, and he was convulsing.
NBC News spoke to 5 other former contestants who asked to remain anonymous because they feared retaliation.
It's interesting that they all want to remain anonymous, and there's probably good reason for that as well, because MrBeast, when these people left, I think due to the conditions, offered each contestant $1,000 to sign an NDA. And if they signed it, they weren't allowed to talk about what went on, but they got $1,000. And a lot of people didn't sign the NDA. And after things started to come out by Rosanna Pansino a couple of weeks ago, well, it's probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, they actually recontacted these contestants, MrBeast's team did, to offer them double the money, so $2,000 this time, to again sign an NDA. And you know, some people chose to, some people chose not to, but that might be part of the reason as to why these people want to remain anonymous, because they probably signed NDAs, taken the money, but still want to obviously talk out about it. So, you know, I don't blame them if they've been through conditions like that. Take what you can and give nothing back.
They said there wasn't enough food and that they witnessed medics responding to a contestant who appeared to pass out. In August, the New York Times reported that more than a dozen unnamed participants told them that they had not received adequate food or medical care, and that some competitors had suffered injuries from the physical challenges, with some even leaving the competition arena on stretchers.
I think that the injuries are just appalling because they're injuries that could easily be avoided.
What types of injuries are you hearing about?
I heard people got trampled.
During that first game, I got trampled. Every line had a group of people at the back that were just getting trampled, and I watched a woman get knocked out cold.
Several contestants.
Again, another thing that's been touted is apparently the games thus far have been more geared towards male athletic participants. So, you know, it favoured those individuals as opposed to older people or maybe weaker participants, you know, for want of a better term. And unfortunately, it was you kind of just get on with it. You have to put up with it, and that's how it was.
Since were hospitalized during the Beast Games promo shoot, according to NBC's Las Vegas affiliate KSNV, which cited multiple anonymous contestants. For his part, Williams says he would still compete again, and that he also saw Donaldson upset, trying to get contestants food and water.
He did try to do what he can. I do feel people are painting it that he did this like maliciously, but at the end of the day, I feel everybody was just woefully unprepared.
In a statement to NBC News, a spokesperson for MrBeast said that the promo shoot involving over 2,000 participants was, quote, unfortunately complicated by a global technology outage, extreme weather, and other unexpected logistical and communications issues, which we are currently reviewing. The spokesperson added that virtually all of those invited to the filming of the Beast Games in Toronto enthusiastically accepted our invitation, and that they have taken steps to ensure that we learn from this experience. Amazon MGM Studios did not respond to a request for comment.
What would you say to people who might say, well, it sounds like that, you know, business deal fell apart. You're doing this to elevate your own profile.
I understand that perspective. I really do. But I really encourage those people to look at the bigger picture, because what he's doing is not happening in a vacuum. It's happening to a ton of people.
For the people watching who say that those that competed in the Beast Games, they were paid and they signed contracts and they knew that there were risks involved.
On any TV show, especially a competition show, there's always risk that somebody's going to accidentally get hurt. I think that the difference here is an abuse of power. I think it's wrong to dangle this huge prize money, a $5 million carrot, in front of people's faces who really need it and take advantage. I don't think it's okay to actually shoot shows that are like the Hunger Games.
Very interesting take on that from Rosanna Pansino, of course. But, you know, the conversation doesn't end there. It does continue to move on. So let's see what else they've got to say.
Chloe Malas is joining us now. And Chloe, has MrBeast team reached out to contestants directly at all? Do we know?
Hey there, Hallie. Well, I spoke to MrBeast spokesperson who said that they actually have communicated directly with 97% of those 2,000 people who attended that shoot in Las Vegas and that they've asked for feedback. The spokesperson also added that Jimmy Donaldson has been very philanthropic over the course of his career, including giving more than $5 million in supplies to Ukrainian refugees. They also talked about how he powered a rural Zambian village with solar energy. And, you know, he's rebuilt 12 homes in South Africa for over 100 orphan children. So, you know, look, Hallie, I mean, he has made a huge name for himself with these stunts and with these lavish giveaways and with his charitable giving. You know, but these are some very serious allegations that these contestants, they felt comfortable speaking to NBC News, you know, anonymously. They're afraid of public backlash. And obviously, Rosanna Pansino, she's a huge star. And for her to come out and do this exclusive interview with us, it took her a lot of courage as well. But again, MrBeast team, you know, they are denying these allegations.
Thanks. Very interesting stuff, of course. Now, it's very up in the air, but the biggest controversies, obviously, well, it does cover Beast Games, but also other controversies surrounding MrBeast, more specifically in-house stuff, which is people hired behind the scenes, and you know, Chris Tyson especially, and that has been spearheaded by a YouTube channel called Dogpack404, who of course has amassed millions upon millions of views, basically talking about the entire situation. And you know, apparently MrBeast is geared up to allegedly fight back, according to Keemstar, who apparently has been in contact with MrBeast but hasn't officially confirmed it yet. Let's look at this.
MrBeast is fighting back. On Snapchat, Keemstar revealed he spoke with MrBeast, confirming that the response video is dropping this week.
And I will tell you, MrBeast, in fact, is going to respond, and we should have that this week.
MrBeast's response will be focused on the serious allegations made by former employees who are accusing MrBeast of creating a toxic workplace and running illegal lotteries. Do you think MrBeast can beat the allegations? MrBeast is fighting back.
So yeah, MrBeast apparently is allegedly going to be fighting back. I mean, whether we get that response video, I don't know. This was shared by Drama Alert, of course, is run by Keemstar, but it's up in the air. I'd be very surprised if MrBeast did actually respond, but what do you think? Do we need MrBeast to respond? Personally, I think yes, but do I think he will? Probably not. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.